Det här är Teach Me Sweden, en humorpodcast med fokus på Sveriges historia där två stycken riktiga tokstollar till komiker försöker lära varandra svensk historia. Jag heter Erik Broström.
And I'm Jonathan Rollins, and in this episode I'll be teaching Erik all about a certain author that used to be on some money.
Oh yeah. Vi pratar inte något bakverk här om semlor.
No, we're talking about how Shakira might have been wrong. Maybe hips do lie? Stay tuned.
Oj, där skrämde du skiten ur mig.
Your face was so funny. You're so in character, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Acting.
The acting is good. I got I got a commercial gig. I was like in a commercial. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the director was asking me to do shit. I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got I sent in a video and they chose me. And he was asking me to do stuff I never done. He just like
what?
I was supposed to be. That was the crazy thing. Just in the first snack, we were talking about me being a football fan, and I'm kind of an intense fan. And I was supposed to be in the commercial watching darts. It's an El Gigante commercial, so I'm like sitting in the bathroom, ignoring all my laundry while I'm looking at a darts match.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, "Who's your favorite team?" I was like, I like American football. He's like, "Oh yeah, what team?" I was like, "Miami Dolphins." He's like, "Pretend you're watching a Dolphins game." I was like, "All right." He starts the camera and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. You know, he was like, tone it down.
Yeah.
Tone it down. I was like, "Oh, you said B like I watch sports."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "With your eyes."
Yeah. It's all about the eyes.
I was like, what? Show what? Intense happiness with my eye. Oh man.
Yeah, but camera acting is like... Det här kommer vara jättetråkigt för lyssnare, men det är sån otrolig skillnad på... Jag gjorde en väldigt stor reaktion och jag var så här,
yeah.
Och i film så ska det vara mer typ...
Yeah, exactly.
Så bara, allting sitter i ögonen hela tiden för att det är så närbild. Allting annat blir overacting.
And they had the camera literally in my face.
Yeah.
Right at the tablet I was holding. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna keep the job. But they're gonna use all of the stuff.
Cool.
So I don't know. It was just like...
Var det bra pris?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I never...
show me with the fingers how much it was.
You want to know my
fingers?
I
want to know. Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was...
För ett år. Ett års rättigheter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
In all of Scandinavia. So that's why.
Jag hade en kompis som hörde av sig till mig och var lite sur för att han inte kunde göra en reklam för amerikansk tv. Det är lite andra priser då.
Yes.
De bara inspelningen var så här, men det är $17,000 om dagen typ, eller något sånt där sjukt.
I just applied for something like that.
Perfect English, but Swedish born. Rättigheter hela världen för alltid $30,000.
Yeah.
Han bara, du borde söka. Jag bara, yeah. Det är bara du och jag som söker. Det kommer vara lätt att få den. Jag kan lägga tid på den där skiten. Det är bara ett lotteri liksom.
I just did apply for one of those American commercials.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Det är skådisar i USA säger ju det. Alltså om de inte är kända. De är så här, I do one commercial. That's the rest of my year.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. It's insane.
Det är sjukt.
But I'm hoping I do get that one. That'd be nice, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I doubt it. I'm not good.
You are. Men det är det som är grejen. Svenska skådespelare är ju i regel lite sämre framför kameran för att de har oftast bara teaterträning. Så det är väldigt överdrivet. Det är alltid, och om du lyssnar på... No, but you just have to be yourself. That's why they cast you. Om du går på casting och typa, nu ska jag spela skiten ur det här. Det spelar ingen roll, för om de vill ha någon med typ lite högre ögonbryn, blågröna ögon och jag vet inte, skägg. Då kommer jag inte få det ändå liksom. Det är skitsamma. Det är bara, men vi söker folk i 30-50 års ålder. Jaha, och sen då? Vill ha en mörkhårig, vill ha en blond? Skriv ut den här skiten. Så vad fan.
Men waste a lot of people's time.
Yeah. Men svenskar i alla fall genom tiderna, nu är det lite bättre tror jag, men det är därför de alltid är typ så här. Men alltså, jag sa ju att jag skulle komma. Varför var du inte där? Det är alltid så här Dramatenrösten när de spelar framför kameran.
Yeah.
Och det låter inget bra. Men amerikaner är bättre på de där grejerna.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
That's why I watch American movies.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of American movies, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, just det. Yeah, Teach Me Sweden. Sorry. Yeah, okay.
This, we're gonna go right into it.
Let's do it.
In 1858.
My favorite year.
Yes, it's your favorite year. That's why I did this one.
Yeah.
Selma Lagerlöf was born. I know you're gonna know who it was.
Jag började läsa på om henne för den här podden. Men var inte orolig. Jag tröttnade på en gång.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't her fault. I was in a bad mood. So
Okay.
I picked something else.
Okay.
Och hon brukade vara på 20-lappen förut.
Really?
Yes. Gamla 20-lappen.
Oh, and then they replaced her with Astrid Lindgren. Yes.
Sure.
Astrid Lindgren's on there now.
Yeah, she is? Okay, cool. She's on the 20, sure. Yeah.
But she was born at the Mårbacka Manor as the 5th child of 6 to Lieutenant Erik Gustaf Lagerlöf, who's obviously in the military.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Lovisa Waltroth, who is daughter of a rich mill patron.
Rich what mill? Oh, okay,
the sawmill type thing.
Yeah.
So she was a daughter.
Yeah,
so
and a mother then also. And a woman. That's awesome.
Yes. Lagerlöf belonged to the priestly family Lagerlöf from Värmland.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do a Värmland accent.
I mean, som Bert Karlsson i förra avsnittet, det är värmländska.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her grandfather Daniel Lagerlöf was the cousin of Esaias Tegnér, who is Anders Tegnér's grandfather. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
He was a famous poet and socialite from back in the day. This made me like, maybe mother, every time I'm going through, like, maybe more people to do the podcast.
Yeah.
Her grandmother, Elizabeth Maria Vandervik, was the daughter of a co-minister, which is like it's a priestly, like a member of the priesthood.
Okay.
So basically, she had connections if she wanted them. Is what I'm trying to establish here.
Connections with God.
Connected. Yeah, she's connected with God.
Yeah.
She's connected with the
poets. Church silver.
Värmland.
Yeah.
The church silver.
Allt kyrksilver i Värmland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When she was born, they noticed that she had a hip injury.
Really?
Yeah, her
like me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Her ball joint in the hip wasn't properly attached.
It's called ball joint.
Yeah, I mean, these certain joints are called ball and socket joints.
Oh yeah, I guess Like I didn't think it was funny because I was thinking of male genitalia. I thought of a ball. I just want to make clear.
It looks like a ball if you look at the human skeleton.
Sant.
Yeah. We call it a ball and socket joint. I don't know. Certain places that have the movement like that.
Jag vet inte vad vi
Way to be childish.
Yeah, but I know!
When she was 3.5 years old in the summer of 1862, she was ill. She became ill, and she was completely paralyzed in both legs.
What?
Thanks to this issue.
Shit. Vad var det för något? Vad var det för sjukdom? Sorry, I didn't want to put you on the spot.
It's called ball joint paralysis.
Oh, yeah. Ball and socket disease.
Yeah. Her balls said suck it.
Okay, yeah.
But it disappeared as suddenly as it came.
God.
This sickness, yes.
It's God.
She was connected.
Yeah, she was connected, yeah.
She said, hey, father. During her childhood, she didn't find it as easy to play as other children. She got this hip issue. So she was like, she couldn't really like run around like that. You know what I mean? She couldn't get around like the other kids.
Yeah.
At the age of 14, she spent time in Stockholm receiving physical therapy because of the hip.
Undrar hur det såg ut på den tiden.
Physical therapy then?
Yeah.
Probably screaming at you.
Yeah,
Move your leg! Yeah. Lift your leg!
Here comes the sledgehammer!
I'll show you a ball.
No,
I don't mean that.
Oh.
Like many other children in a bourgeois environment at the time, the Lagerlöf siblings received their education at home because the public school system in the 1850s wasn't fully developed.
Right.
So they had a teacher come in there, like a tutor. Working with them. She learned both English and French because of that. It seemed like back in the day, all the rich kids learned multiple languages.
Yeah. Because I don't know if... jag vet inte vad den, men vi hade ett skolavsnitt som vi förlorade.
I'm gonna try to find it.
Yeah. It's fine.
We didn't lose it. I lost it.
No. Yeah, but we did it. We're a team. Men det är därför jag känner igen just att de hade mycket hemskolning. Ja, exakt.
Selma Lagerlöf she was serious. She was quieter than her siblings and peers. And people thought it was partly due to the hip injury as well. This thing is just controlling her life.
De skyller allt på hennes höft. Yeah. Hon har sån svag röst. Det är höften. Hon är ont.
Ma'am, that'll be $2.85. Oh, I only have $2.35 because you see my hip. I'm 50 cents short. As you may or may not know, my hip is bad. Please excuse me, sir. She was a gifted child though, so she could account it properly.
Yeah.
She enjoyed reading a lot. The first novel she read was a Native American book called Osceola. By Osceola.
Was it an American book?
It says Native American book.
Oh, Native American book. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So she could even read in Native American.
That's very gifted. Hur kommer det sig att du kan Native American? Jag har höften och...
She said that she knew how.
No. Oh! So she knew one word.
Yes, how. Yeah. How. But the book was about hip joints. And it was... No, it was called Osceola. By Thomas Maine Reed. And even then... at the age of 7, she was 7 years old and read this novel. She decided to become a writer. She would later write the following. It is a book that makes me know, even at a young age, that what I want to do most in all my days to come is write novels. Even so young, she was. Her upbringing was also marked by the stories told to her by her grandmother. So she's getting almost like the other woman on the 20, Astrid Lindgren.
Yeah.
She had this story.
Yeah.
Actually, she read stories to her kids.
That's true. Well, yeah.
In 1868, at the age of 10, she read through the entire Bible.
Ooh.
And you're wondering why.
Yeah.
Well, her father was very ill. And she hoped that God would make her father well if she read the entire Bible. That's from cover to cover.
Det där är OCD-varning deluxe. Fan, jag måste läsa den 3 gånger.
So he's gonna get really healthy.
Yeah.
She almost finished it, but the hip. No. She did do it.
Hon läste hela Bibeln.
Her father lived another 17 years.
På grund av...
Because she read the Bible.
Yeah, God, yeah, connected, yeah.
She was familiar. She was very familiar with the Bible. Because reading it cover to cover. When she was 12, she wrote a poem about Morbacka. And she continued to write in verse. Remember, we've talked about verse and prose and all that.
Yeah.
During her childhood, her mentor, named Sophie Adler-Sparre, urged her to write in prose. And she took her advice. This is my mentor. And she became like a full-on writer. After finishing her education, she spent a few years taking care of her father, who was sick. With a good hip, though. In the fall of 1882, she started at the Higher Teachers Seminary in Stockholm. But her dad didn't like that.
Nej, för att kvinna.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Huh?
Med den där dåliga höften.
You know what? Your hip's lying right now. You're no Shakira.
You're no Shakira?
During her time at school, the family went broke
because of what you did
just for
against God.
Just bad business.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
God was like, you can't have everything. All right.
No.
Your hip's okay. Your dad's okay.
Yeah.
Nu
fick du gå på läroverket.
Yeah.
No business.
So they had to sell the whole property.
The mill stuff?
Mårbacka.
Mårbacka. Men det var inte en kvarn mill.
No, but it was the Mårbacka home.
Yeah.
The lieutenant died in 1885. This is 3 years that after school, but this was the same year her school was done.
So out of disappointment.
I told you not.
I graduated. No.
When she studied literary history, she realized that the figures and fates she had heard about during her childhood in Värmland were probably as imaginative as Bellman and Runeberg's gallery of characters. She was just like, oh, this is how it's all coming together. But it took several years and many failed writing attempts before she made her debut. She's just writing on the side, trying to get it right. Exercising her hip a little bit.
Yeah, writing is rewriting. Got to move those hips, yeah.
After completing her education, she became a teacher at the Elementary Education Agency for Girls in Landskrona. I feel like there could be a better name for that. She did that for...
Ett coolare namn. Yeah.
Where do you go to school? The Elementary Education Agency for Girls.
Yeah. Oh, you lost me at...
It sounds like a spy school.
Yeah.
And she was there for 10 years, and she lived at Storgatan 10.
Where? In Stockholm? Nej, där. Vad var det?
It's gotta be Stockholm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, with Baron Wilhelm von Düben.
Oh, say that again. Baron Wilhelm von Düben.
Düben, yes. But she wasn't happy with von Düben.
Why? He was a baron.
She said he was an empty soul, which is baron.
Var det för att han hade en monokel och blev förolämpad ifall teet var 2 grader kallt?
He wins at Monopoly. But she was unhappy with him, and then she moved in with her friend, the widow, Fredrik Rönne, at Storgatan 13. So that's right across the street.
Oh, vad kaxigt för baronen.
Yeah.
Han tittar där med sin teaterkikare över gatan. Den sabla damen!
Are they having dinner?
Men bodde hon med honom eller var de ett par?
It just says they lived together. It doesn't say that they were a couple.
Så de bodde, okay.
Yeah, they probably, since they weren't married, they couldn't talk about it. Probably.
Friends with benefits.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
She's like, can you take off the monocle when we're making love?
Han bara, nej! Då kan jag inte se dig bättre på ett öga.
She's like, you're making me unhappy. And then she moved across the street to Fredrika. She enjoyed the teaching profession, and she was appreciated by the students. They liked her.
Cool.
The lady with the funny hip. She had the ability to tell the children in a captivating way about every new country they read about.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what a captivating way is to talk about a country, but...
jag vet vad det är. Hon härmade deras...
Today we will talk about Cuba.
It was fine when it was France and Germany. Hon bara, idag ska vi prata om Afrika.
The country of Africa. She's like, hey man, welcome to my classroom. Guess where we're going today?
Oh my god. Och idag Kina.
Idag är everything Irish.
Gud vad dumt. That's captivating though.
Money Blaban.
Oj. Men på den tiden var det typ this woman's a genius.
She's good, man.
Hon låter verkligen som dem.
She sounds just like the people on the other line whenever I have some type of customer service problem. When we talked about India. But not only did she teach about new countries, she taught about Jesus and his disciples.
Det är såklart.
As a reggae song. And Jesus.
and Jesus came. He's
walking
on the cross.
Walking on the water. Oh, yes. Peter denied him
3 times.
3 little times. He denied him. Then he was hanging. But not like before.
No,
that's how she taught him, man.
Yeah.
She lived together with her aunt Lovisa Lagerlöf in Landskrona.
Ja, flyttade tillbaka dit. Eller var det där Storgatan då kanske? Var hon i Landskrona kanske?
Maybe that's what it's talking about.
Finns ju Storgatan överallt.
Yeah, exactly. I have seen it in literally every city I've been
big
to.
and small street.
Okay.
Jag är inte ens säker på att vi har en Storgata här. Har vi det?
In Gamla stan, if that counts.
Do we have a Storgatan?
No, I'm thinking of Lilla
gatan.
Stora Nygatan.
Stora Nygatan. Okay, so there was a Storgatan.
Nya Storgatan.
Nya Storgatan. I don't know, man.
There's a Storgatan. There's definitely a Storgatan in Stockholm.
There is?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm 82% sure.
Okay.
But that's besides the point. She had a rich social life.
Yeah. Många vänner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In 1891, she debuted. She finally was ready. She came out with her novel Gösta Berlings saga.
Jag började försöka lyssna på den för länge sedan när jag försökte lära mig om henne.
Okay.
Men jag orkar inte.
And she did that when she won a competition in the newspaper Idun.
Okay.
So she got a little bravery when she was like, okay, you know what, I could do this.
Yeah.
She completed the book with the help of a scholarship arranged by Sophie Adlerspatter, which was her mentor.
Right.
Who was the founder of the Fredrika Bremer-förbundet.
Hey, man, I remember her.
Gösta Berling's saga is one of Swedish literature's greatest classics. It's a rich and fantastic tale about the cavalrymen and life in Värmland in the 19th century.
Okej, nu är lite dåligt för att jag sa att det var tråkigt. Men okej, den är säkert jättebra.
Life in Värmland sounds like it could be boring.
Hey, man, I've been to New York.
So then I woke up and
there were eggs in the hen house.
And I said, what?
I'm just gonna have one. And before you knew it, eggs were gone.
And I was full. Chapter 2.
More eggs.
The hen had laid more eggs. And I was like, what?
And I was like, just one. Before you knew it, eggs were gone. And
Chapter 3.
And I was full.
Wait till you hear chapter 5.
Oh, då tuppen kommer.
So the thing about the book was that it broke with the stylistic ideals of the time. And it advocated realistic matter-of-factness.
What does that mean?
So instead of like being more straightforward than being so like abstract and poetic.
Okej, det var mer så typ så här. Ja, men som äggen. Och hönshuset.
Yeah.
That was right on the nail. Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
But the book received mixed reception.
Okay.
Probably partially because it was a woman.
Yeah. And also one critic was, I don't like eggs.
I'm egg-toast intolerant. In 1895, she left her teacher position. She was like, you know what? I don't need this shit. You know? From that time on, she supported herself entirely from her writing.
Okay.
Yeah. And in 1897, she moved with her aunt to Falun. Why she keep moving her aunt? To Falun to be closer to her sister Gerda. Never heard the name Gerda.
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 Yeah.
G-E-R.
Yeah, it's like almost silent R. Gerda.
Gerda.
Yeah. Is it with a G in the beginning?
Yeah.
Gerda. Yeah.
Together with Sophie Elkan, Lagerlöf made several longer trips in Europe. In 1899 to 1900, a longer trip to the Middle East.
Wow.
Started traveling, yeah. And then once she got home, she wrote the novel Jerusalem.
Shit.
Which became her international breakthrough.
Wow.
Yeah. Her internationally best-known book is Nils Holgersson's Wonderful Journey Through Sweden.
Yeah, Riding on a Goose.
Yes.
Yep.
Originally commissioned and published as a reading book for elementary schools. And we experienced Sweden's geography through a 14-year-old boy, Nils, who flies over the country on the back of a goose.
Ganska smart.
The goose in the book represented her and had a broken hip.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was Goose from Top Gun.
The Top Gun was inspired by this book.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Goose was flying. Yeah. Selma Lagerlöf was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1909.
What the fuck? Är det sant?
Yeah. She was awarded the prize with the Academy's justification, quote unquote, quote, because of the noble ideality, the richness of the imagination, and the soulfulness of the presentation, which characterized her poetry.
All with one bad hip.
Yes, imagine that. Imagine she had 2 good hips.
She would have been like, would have had like 5 Nobel Prizes.
Wait, there's more. No, I'm just kidding. Lagerlöf had been nominated several times in the previous years. But her candidacy had been opposed by the Academy's then permanent secretary, Carl David Afversén.
Okay.
Yeah. At the time, though nominated, a woman had never won the prize.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might have been partly why Afversén had a problem with them.
Tror att baronen hade något med saken att göra också?
Oh, maybe.
It might be like...
I've been watching her. I think she might be a prostitute.
I don't like her.
In 1909, however, Carl finally had to see himself voted down by the majority of the Academy members, who nevertheless wanted to award Selma the award. They said she deserves it. Carl. She was the first woman and Swede to be awarded for the Nobel Prize for Literature.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yes. From 1909, she periodically lived again at Mårbacka with the help of the prize money from her Nobel Prize. You know.
Hur mycket får man? Vet du det? Nej. Alltså...
You did the Alfred Nobel.
Oh, but shut up. I don't know.
They get 10 million.
Okay, det är 3 miljoner.
10 million.
10?
Yeah, wasn't it 10 million?
Has it always been 10 million?
You know what? Maybe that's just a Peace Prize. Maybe literature might get a different amount. But he used his life savings for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
you didn't know the amount. Okay.
No, yeah.
She bought back the farm. She had already bought the manor building itself. She bought the manor building itself earlier that year. So she's just buying back all the stuff that she lost. Look at me now, Dad.
Don't live in the past. Go forward.
And her dad's in heaven like, you should have read the Bible more.
Yeah. You're nothing to me now.
You schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Selma Lagerlöf achieved world fame during her lifetime, and her books have been published in many foreign languages. Niels Ferguson's wonderful journey has been translated into around 60 different languages.
Och har hon läst in alla ljudböcker på svenska men med...
So then the goose are flying in the air around the world, around Sweden.
And then, the goose said, I have a need for speed. And they rode faster because it was a shitty goose.
Gösta Berling's saga has been translated into more than 50 different languages. So,
Jesus.
Yeah. In 1914, Lagerlöf became the first woman elected to the Swedish Academy. We've talked about that in the past. Not the full story of it, but it's been mentioned.
Yeah.
Hjalmar Gullberg said in his induction speech when he succeeded her in the Academy in 1940 that she was the queen of our literature, the most famous of Swedish women in the world since Saint Birgitta.
Ooh.
And she's from the 1300s.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's quite a stretch of nothingness.
There's a bunch of wives and mothers.
Det första han kom på. Det är typ som...
He didn't want to name, was it Shokasara?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't...
Det är typ som att så här, man ska ge en heders-Oscar till Denzel Washington. Största människan sen Jesus. Okay, det finns folk att välja på.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were women.
As early as 1904, she had been elected as a working member of the Science and Intelligence Society in Gothenburg.
Vadå, som spion? Intelligence? No, not intelligence. Okay,
just like women who think.
Yeah, smart people.
The Women Who Think Club.
Okay.
I'll tell you how big of a deal Selma was. For her 70th birthday, on November 20th, 1928, she was celebrated with a party performance at the Royal Theatre.
Oh.
There, they showed Kavaljerna på Ekeby, which is a lyrical drama in 4 acts based on her novel, Gösta Berling's saga.
Wow, det måste vara Dramaten då? The Royal Theatre, yeah.
Kungliga...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, basically, I wrote, it's like, happy birthday, Selma, can we kiss your ass?
Yeah.
She participated in the fight for women's suffrage.
Yeah.
Of course, including as a speaker at the International Suffrage Congress in Stockholm in 1911. And at the Victory Party in 1919, she became a member of the Free-Minded Country Association in 1916, and then remained an organized liberal for the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
She's also active in municipal politics in Östra Ämterviks County Municipality, where in 1919 she was elected on the Free-Minded list as municipal councilor for 4 years. And that just makes me wonder, like, if you were at the council meeting and you disagree with her, who's gonna take your side? Like,
du åker ut genom direkt.
Like, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? If she's like, I think the water level should be higher in our toilets, and she's just like, do you know who I am?
Do you though? Yeah.
In a Teach Me Sweden First, Selma Lagerlöf distanced herself from the persecution of the Jews in Germany in the 1930s.
What do you mean distance herself?
She was not about. She didn't join the side of the Nazis. In the, a lot of people that we talk about.
Okay, what
I'm saying, all of these stories normally is somebody who's just like, well, maybe Jews are bad.
Oh,
she wasn't with it. In the 1930s for once, right? She helped the German-Swedish writer Nelly Sachs escape to Sweden and donated a short story to work for the. For those persecuted in Nazi Germany. So she made a short story and then like made some money from it, donated it to raise money against the Nazis.
Yeah, could have done a long story, but sure.
And I mean, it led to a German boycott. They were like, this is not cool. This lady is stupid. She likes Jews. But she wasn't swayed. But there were people who said kind of what you said. Could have been a long story. And they thought that she could have done more.
Fuck you.
Right, yep.
Yeah. När ska det vara nog? Jag sa det som skämt. Men såna där.
Yeah.
Men jag gjorde det här.
And people who do nothing.
Varför kunde du inte göra mer? Men jag gjorde det här.
She used her platform.
Yeah.
The journalist and writer Bosse Schön even claimed that she supported the racial biology movement that we talked about when
she
did eugenics. Yeah. He said his proof of that, he was saying, in 1921, she donated a prize to a beauty contest for the coronation of, quote, an authentic Swedish female type.
Var det tävlingen?
Yeah, they wanted to find the most Swedish-looking woman. Authentic.
Herregud.
Another side of Selma Lagerlöf came out, no pun intended, when some of her letters were revealed.
Oh. Gay!
She wrote to two life companions. One was Sophie Elkan and Valborg Olander, who were both writers, and the letters describe a very strong love for these two women.
Yeah.
There was a strong rivalry between them as well, but she's just like, I love y'all. The writer Ellen Wagner also touched on his, in his biography of Lagerlöf, supporting his claims by the correspondence between Olander and Lagerlöf and conversations with them during the creation of the book that he had with her. So he talked to her. So he's like, I couldn't confirm that she liked chicks.
Yeah.
It's also possible that he read parts of her letters to Sophie Elkan, which was the first woman I mentioned. And those weren't available to researchers until the 90s. So they just had to go by his word for it.
Okay.
The exchange of the letters led to discussions about her sexuality, whether she was a lesbian or whether it's relevant at all.
Yeah.
Which I think is not, of
course.
And a person who lived in that time, they didn't discuss their sexuality because, as we know, homosexuality wasn't accepted or legal at the time. But at the same time, the boundary between linguistic expression of friendship and love couldn't be more fluid than, or could be more fluid than today. So I like you, I might write, I long for you, Eric.
Just det, man kunde skriva mer. Just det.
So they're saying, who knows, man? I think it's just that she didn't have kids, so people are just like, must be a lesbian.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's been a need to maintain the author's good reputation among earlier literary historians, so maybe that's why they left out that she could have been living as a homosexual, because they thought, we'll keep her business private because she's living in sin. But she did read the Bible.
Hon hittade ingenstans att det var fel där.
Yeah. Jesus never said anything bad about this. Wait a minute. Maybe this bad hip means I can't take dick.
Oh, I have a bad hip. I only read every other page. Damn.
I skipped. On Thursday evening, March 7th, 1940, Selma was sitting with her sister when she began to feel weak and tired.
Uh-huh.
That night, she became violently ill, and she lay unconscious in bed for a week.
Whoa.
It feels like call a doctor.
That's a coma, right?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, laying in bed. Unconscious for a week. Yeah, it sounds like a coma. Saturday morning, 7:25, March 16th, Selma Lagerlöf, 81 years old, died in the aftermath of a brain hemorrhage and pneumonia.
Vaknade hon inte och sa något coolt? Like, nu dör jag, eller något sånt. Eller typ så här, vaknar och bara, fan, det borde inte varit en gås. Det skulle varit en svan! Eller någonting.
Famous last words.
Famous last word. Should have been a swan.
She was buried in Östra Ämtervik on Easter Eve.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the story of Selma Lagerlöf.
Snyggt!
Boring story.
Gud vad skönt att du gjorde den. Nej, men den var ju inte tråkig. Men jag, vet du vad som hände? Jag började läsa om henne och så fastnade vi Gösta Berlings saga. Och jag bara, fan jag har aldrig läst den. Och så slog jag på den ljudboken och bara... och bara, nej jag klarar det här går inte. Och då var jag så här, jag måste höra den här. Jag fick för mig att jag var tvungen att köra hela Gösta Berlings saga om jag skulle fortsätta med det där. För jag måste ju läst någonting av Selma Lagerlöf. Jag har inte ens läst Nils Holgersson. Så därför sket jag i det.
I've read none of it.
Nej, men jag är jätteglad att du tog den.
Yeah,
fan vad bra. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thanks for listening to me. Hope you learned something from this lesson.
Jag har blivit mycket klokare.
And thank you, listeners, for checking out this episode of Teach Me Sweden. If you got suggestions for us, we always accept them.
Yeah.
You can email us at teachmesweden@gmail.com. We suggest that you write in Swedish for Erik and write in English for me if you want me to do the lesson.
Yeah.
If you don't mind doing the research, do that too. We'll take it.
Do it all.
Yeah, but yeah, just send it in. Send your suggestions or your research or whatever, and we'll keep these things coming to you. You can support us, patreon.com/teachmesweden. You get little ad-free episodes and cool stuff like that. So stay tuned and thanks for the support.
Yeah.
Leave a review too.
Ja, ni behöver bara göra 3 grejer den här veckan. Skicka en story, bli Patreon, lämna en recension.
And tell a friend.
Och ni behöver bara göra 4 saker. Det här kommer bli en Monty Python-sketch. Ni behöver bara...
That's funny. All right, well, thanks for checking out. It's been Jonathan Rollins.
Och Erik Broström.
Teaching you Sweden.
Fred.